We are going to push forward. It looks like we have a quorum, and we will move forward with item number 19, Mr. Administrator. I'm sorry, public hearing first. Thank you for keeping me on track.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and Herb and I can tag team this one if needed, but this is your first and only public hearing to adopt a proposed ordinance amending the EMA, and it is mostly a cleanup version to reduce the time frames allowable in our current permitting processes to more reflect what it actually takes, and to provide some other clarification to ensure consistency with Florida law. I have no speakers on. I'm sorry, I have one speaker card just handed to me on this item, and we're happy to answer any questions you might have on this, Commissioners. And the first speaker card, and only speaker card if you'd like,
yes,
is Kent Zazer, and I hope I got that right, sir.
Mr. Zazer, you're obviously we have your name, but name and address for the record.
Kent Zazer. I reside at 4038 Longleaf Court on Lake Bradford. I've resided there for 37 years. My comments today are very specific. I oppose Section 9 of Agenda Item 27, which proposes to amend Section 10-4.363 of the Tree Removal Ordinance of the Environmental Management Act. My immediate next-door neighbors want to build a swimming pool in their front yard, not their rear yard, which is on Lake Bradford, and it would be 30 feet from my home and 10 feet from the property boundary between us. I have two over 110-foot tall, healthy laurel oak trees, 29 inches and 30 inches in diameter, both less than 4 feet from the property boundary between our lots. The critical protection zone of these trees and their root systems under the County Tree Protection Ordinance extends onto my neighbor's property and into the pool site. The staff summary of this agenda item says this amendment arose directly out of recent review of a building permit and unique circumstances, which I believe to be the permit review for my neighbor's pool. I was not given notice of the application of that permit, the review of that permit, or this proposed amendment to the ordinances. It also appears this amendment is intended to allow the destruction of my trees without a tree removal permit and without my consent. It also appears to exonerate the county from liability for such a permit, which would destroy my trees. For these reasons, I object to amending Section 10-4.363, the tree removal ordinance, without further public input and consideration. I'll be glad to answer any questions the board may have.
Mr. Attorney, could you attempt to address those concerns?
The issue is actually intertwined with the Board of Adjustment. The speaker's neighbor got a variance, which was challenged in circuit court as a writ of cert. Ultimately, the case was withdrawn, although an order was entered by the court. I don't believe that this ordinance has an impact on the variance which was granted and is still valid, and for which a permit has been issued, by the way.
I do have Commissioner Dozier in queue, correct?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. County Attorney, and thank you, sir, for...
Mr. Zazer.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's been a long night already.
I'm used to it.
We got a little while to go. So there are times when a specific issue might, and we had a constituent issue recently, might give us an opportunity to review a policy and make changes if it hadn't been exercised in a little while or other new issues come up. This is a new issue for me, however. So, Mr. County Attorney, what you just said about the variance, that it had gone through the variance and the permit was granted, is that what you were just saying? Okay, so this change has no bearing, that's what you were trying, I missed what you said there at the end.
Twofold. A, it has no bearing on the variance which has already been granted and a permit has been issued, and B, the circumstances which led to the proposed revisions to this ordinance are not this gentleman's issue. It was another property owner in another location that had if you would, a tree that was deemed to be unhealthy and likely to fall. So I'm not saying his comments shouldn't be taken into consideration. I'm just saying what prompted the changes in that aspect of the ordinance did not arise out of his circumstances.
Thank you, Mr. County Attorney. That was the constituent issue that I was referencing. So that is the first answer to your question, I guess, that this was something that was lifted out of a different issue and not the particular one. I'm just wondering, and for either you, Mr. Attorney, or County Administrator, I understand the need for the change based on that other constituent issue, which was someone wanting to save a tree that might need some mitigation or might have issues in the future and didn't want to be forced to take it out. And we identified that problem. So she actually wanted to save a tree, much like you do. So are we creating another problem with this change? I'm just trying to understand it because I was consistently reading it from that angle. But I think this is an interesting question, and I just wouldn't mind, Ms. County Administrator or Mr. County Attorney, either of your perspectives on this.
I don't think we're creating another issue. I think we are actually solving the one we had before us.
Okay.
May I respond?
So that would be the chairman's prerogative, but one last question. So in the future, if this issue were to come up, you would see it proceeding in the same way it did, whether this change was in place or not?
Yes.
Okay. I'm curious about that.
Mr. Ziza, you'd like to reply?
I agree with the county attorney that the variance is not affected by this ordinance. However, I disagree with him that the proposed amendment to that section of the ordinances, the tree removal ordinance, may affect my situation. And I was not given notice of the permit, which he says already has been issued in my case. And I believe that I would request that the board defer approval of this amendment to the ordinances until I've had further opportunity to discuss with the staff. If they assure me that the section does not affect me in any way, then I would have no objection to withdraw my objection to it.
Thank you. Commissioner Proctor, you are in queue to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I've raised this question under the excellent staff item that was presented on the one that Commissioner Dozier pulled for permitting. And I want to ask the county attorney over there on the last paragraph on page 404 that you advise that the floodplain issue can be waived or not waived as a condition to the approval of development within the 100-year floodplain is arguably contrary to current law. Could you help us understand the presence of floodplain and how it stops our development? And that was an issue which we did not cover in permitting the floodplain question, but here you have it in this matter. And I'm just pondering, and I've been curious about floodplain earlier.
Well, the explanation here is that we're removing this requirement from the code because we don't believe that it is any longer I don't want to say lawful, but a lawful quid pro quo. We have to have a case-by-case basis. This was sort of a blank sheet, and we believe that the circumstances of each of those floodplains and each of those developments needs to be looked at uniquely, and this would give the staff that ability to do so.
Okay, so I might be with apples and pears, but I'm just trying. So is floodplain really a factor that impedes our developments and our permitting processes now?
Yes, I mean, it is restrictive to where you can develop, yes.
Okay.
Okay, do we have a motion? Move option 1 from Commissioner Lindley, seconded by Commissioner Deloge.
Mr. Chairman, if I might add one more thing. and I'm not sure that this is taken up, but what is the status of our tree removal when we are in we've experienced a Hurricane Michael or what's those warnings called, those emergency, what we call these things? Just had one.
Declaration of emergency?
Yeah, when you get that kind of stuff. Do we suspend the tree removal thing? There were trees draping that way, some that way, and they needed to come down. And I recall that, and I'm not sure that staff or how they brought it to our attention, but it was my thinking that there was a three-month waiver of the need to secure a permit in order to remove what homeowners might consider dangerous trees. And do we have a policy in place where we actually can suspend and allow homeowners to go and protect their properties without having to come down to Ms. McDivitt's office first and get his permission to do some things in modifying tree structures?
I believe that when we're under that declaration of emergency, that's not applicable, if you would.
Okay.
Just to clarify, and I did the last time we had the hurricane, if it's a tree on a residential property, there is no tree permit required to remove that tree if it's on your personal property. And I think there was a lot of confusion the last time. I think Mr. Mickey Britt came and complained about a tree removal situation, but it was on a commercial piece of property. That's a different situation. You would have to deal with tree permitting. Or if you're starting a new development, you have to get tree removal approval from the county.
Okay, but I'm talking about when the hurricane has come,
Right.
trees are tilted, some of the root is out the ground. It's a dangerous situation. A lot of people had it. Do you have to come through you all?
No, not to remove on a residential property. And
One
the
more
fees have
question.
been waived by the board, and people can go, basically, a lot of people started work without permits. They were given the okay to do that and come in after the fact, because if you have a roof with an issue on it's leaking, you need to get it fixed right away, so.
Okay. I know that FEMA has extended some deadlines. How long does the this grace period for tree removal occur after our hurricanes?
Again, we don't issue tree removal permits on residential properties. There is no requirement for a tree removal permit.
Okay. How does that work in incorporated area?
It's the same thing. It's
Same thing?
City and county both the same.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Commissioner Dozier, and then we will go to vote.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have just reread this section, and Mr. Zeiser, I am comfortable voting for this with the majority, or not with the majority, with the maker of the motion, likely a majority. In reading it, there is some discretion for the county administrator as designee to look at protecting certain trees. But, Mr. County Administrator, if you and your staff can work with Mr. Zeiser to look at this issue and just let him know what has happened, Mr. County Attorney, with the variance and other things like that, I think more dialogue would be good there. The only other thing that I wanted to mention, and I'm not sure if this needs to be in the maker of the, or in the motion or not, but I noted that the city approved a motion to look at a long-term tree plan, maybe a 20-year plan, and thinking about perhaps the County Roads Committee or other types of committees. This is an ongoing issue, whether it's storms or other things, and whatever action the city takes, I hope we're working in conjunction with them on this master plan, and that will have an impact not on code issues. And I think that is one thing here that we're talking about versus what David just said, removing trees on your existing property versus a building permit issue that someone is seeking. But I really hope that we get an update based on what the city's doing and look at these things and if it has any impact on our policies. Is that the right track, Mr. County Administrator? Thank you, sir.
All right, we have a motion made by Commissioner Lindley, seconded by Commissioner Deloge. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by the same sign. All right, passes. That will conclude our section of the meeting for public hearing. We will move forward in general business, item number 19.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, this item was requested at your October 23rd meeting. Provides additional information and clarification regarding the county's primary health care program and seeks board direction regarding the scheduling of a workshop with the county's primary care providers. We have no speakers on this item, but welcome any questions you might have.
Seeing no questions and no commissioners in queue.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I'll just say that I think I call for this item, and I wanted to make sure that because we call these vendors that provide health care in my district, we call them the Leon County Primary Health Care Program, that I was seeking an update as to their effectiveness, an update as well as to hold accountable what was going on. Having met with our staff to review this measure, they gave me a very thorough as well as an impressive review, indicating that there was much effectiveness and great works. I would simply say that it's apparent that the $697,942 is the county's match in what we are doing for Bond neighborhood and Tallahassee Memorial and Appalachia. And I believe that we have an opportunity with a new city commission, and I would like for the chair, if the board's consent, would approach our city government now with a new commission, possibly a new mindset, who knows, but that the city would add dollars where they are very, very hesitant to. I know that they have that $1 a year lease in the dirt for Tallahassee Memorial Hospital, and it's a very, very interesting concept to me that the neighborhood health center is paying the city something like $3,500 a month for rent, but TMH pays $1 per year for the use of their dirt. And something seems incongruent to the number of people served as well as the profit and the $150 million per annum that are generated. The property that generates the great financial gain pays nothing to the city but $1. And one of our partners who is practicing under the title of the Leon County Primary Health, and I would like to ask the chair to intercede and ask the city to free neighborhood up to $1 per year lease. That would be equitable and fair relative to what the city is accommodating with Tallahassee Memorial. There's not any big financial gain from everything that staff has told me. It's not like they're making money, they've not lost, but if they're breaking even, but it would help them if the $3,500 a month was equal to what Tallahassee Memorial, which is making millions of dollars per month. And I would seek your engagement, if you would.
It's noted and will be added to the agenda.
Yes,
in that meeting.
Thank you.
Right. So we will motion to accept the status report.
So moved.
Option 1. Yes. I need a motion. All right. Good. Motion made by.
Good report, Vince. Another good report.
A motion made by Commissioner Dozier, seconded by Commissioner Lindley. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed by the same sign? Passes. Moving on, item number 20.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This item seeks board approval to rename Okehipke Prairie Park in honor of the former county administrator Parwez P.A. Alam. At your October 23rd meeting, staff was directed to bring back an item with recommendations related to an appropriate naming for the former county administrator. For all the reasons articulated in this item, we're recommending option 1. Happy to answer any question or receive any other direction the board might have. And I just want to let you know we have one speaker card on this item.
All right, why don't we hear our speaker?
Delatry Hollinger.
Thank you, though.
Still there? Okay. You have 0 speaker cards on this.
I'll second that.
We have a motion made by Commissioner Deloge, seconded by Commissioner Maddox. 2 commissioners in queue to speak. Commissioner Maddox, 3, maybe.
Thank you.
Commissioner Maddox, Commissioner Lindley, and Commissioner Deloge.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say I know we were all very fond of PA. I think our chair and our new commissioner, Commissioner Meyer, didn't have the pleasure of being able to serve with him being here, but he was an absolute pleasure to serve with, and I miss him dearly. I really do, and I know it's a special moment for you, Vince, for us to do this for him, given the mentor he was to you. So I wholeheartedly second this motion and look forward to voting to support it. Thank you.
Commissioner Lindley and Commissioner Deloge.
My only advice to staff is if there's a way, and maybe Delatry wanted to speak to this, that we could keep somehow in the signage the Okehipke Prairie Park designation. It's historically meaningful, and it wouldn't necessarily have to be eliminated entirely from the signage or the designation. Can you do that?
We can do that.
And keep it, okay, thank you.
Commissioner Deloge.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just ask if we can make this as publicized as possible. I mean, PA was a great guy and did a lot of good things for our community, and he's sorely missed. But to the degree that we can make sure we get as many people as we can out there and publicize it, I'd appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by the same sign? Motion passes. Item number 21, Mr. Administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, this item seeks board consideration for the county to renegotiate terms of a contract extension with Waste Management for the hauling and disposal of household waste. Commissioners, as you know, and as included in your analysis, for over 2 decades, the county has had a long-term positive working relationship with Waste Management, dating back to the opening of the transfer station in 1998. Since that time, again, as can be found in the item, the county has paid by far the lowest rate in the region for these hauling and disposal services. However, earlier this year, Waste Management notified us that they were unable to continue to provide these services under the current terms. As detailed in the item's analysis, a long-term extension of our contract with Waste Management under the new terms presented here still provides the county with the least expensive approach. Under the proposed terms, even after 6 years, we will still be paying the lowest rate in the region in comparison to today's market rates. And I know it's a lot, but with that, we're happy to answer any questions you might have. We're recommending options 1 and 2 and have no speakers on this item. Thank you.
We have a couple of commissioners in queue. Do I have a motion?
Move staff's recommendation.
Okay, we have a motion made by Commissioner Deloge, seconded by Commissioner Maddox. For discussion, Commissioner Proctor, and then Commissioner Maddox.
Chairman, first, this is another great item. I mean, this is the stuff that I'm talking about tonight, that our staff got hot, all-star performance, and this is another wonderful item, detailed, the nuts and bolts, all the bells and whistles of discovery has been given to us, as well as our briefing on this matter. And I think that what gives me great energy in wanting to speak to this matter is that of commissioners present, this may well be my third or fourth renewal, but I've been at the table long enough to appreciate just how valuable, strong, how well negotiated this matter is. And I can truly remember and recall there have been negotiations when we've not felt in a strong position. But I think that this is one which we can feel good about in terms of what we save our taxpayers and the quality of the services that we're able to retain. So I don't know if this is my fourth or fifth one of these things or what, but this one right here is, well, I think the very best one. So that's why I've been talking a lot tonight, but this thing right here, they're hard to negotiate, but we've got a good one. Thank you.
Commissioner Maddox.
Commissioner Proctor, to the words out of my mouth, just want to say that great job in negotiation. I'm sure Alan was at the table more so than anybody else, as frugal as he is. And so I just want to recognize the county administrator and his staff of negotiation they put in here and got us a good rate. And even when we get to $33, we'll still be lowest in the state. Proud of that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Deloge, seconded by Commissioner Maddox. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by the same sign. Motion passes with Commissioner Proctor out of chambers. Moving on. Sale of the tourism building, item number 22. Mr. Administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This item seeks board approval to sell the tourism building, to use those proceeds to pay for the renovation of the historic Amtrak building, as has been previously approved by the board. Again, this will enable us to leverage the opportunity to relocate the tourism division to that location and our HSCP offices to a cooperative extension. Again, this is all based on your previous direction. This would just give me the ability to execute this deal in a form approved by the county attorney. Of course, the sales price, as is included in your analysis, is consistent with new market appraisals done during our due diligence phase. So I have no speakers on this item. Happy to answer any questions you might have.
I do have one commissioner in queue to speak. Commissioner Dozier.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, I wanted to make a motion for options 1 and 2, staff recommendation. Second. Thank you. And just take the opportunity to say we did have an update on tourism yesterday as part of our retreat. And not only am I excited, and Carrie, you're here, I know, at what we're doing in the tourism area, I can't even sum that up in anything small right now because we're looking at so many different factors here. It is really exciting. I think it's absolutely the time to move the building. But I also want to recognize that I think this is really responsible on our part because this was an incredibly valuable piece of property downtown. It's not the highest and best use. And I think we're looking at our other property for the highest and best use and accessibility. And given the firm that's seeking to purchase the building, obviously this is more desirable for some other types of businesses than others. So I just wanted to, Mr. County Administrator, and I think Commissioner Maddox may have mentioned this yesterday with real estate, or someone did, we've done a good job looking at the real estate holdings in the past, and I think this is one of those pieces that it's not just about moving the offices, it is about recognizing the highest value. So thank you very much.
If I can add a point. The only thing I would add to that is this also gets that piece of property back on the tax roll.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that piece of property being as valuable as it is, and I'll be honest with you, when I saw the number that we sold it for, I had no idea it was that valuable. It's good to have those tax dollars rolling back in, so it's a great move by staff, and great move to sell it so fast and for so much. Thank you.
Motion for approving option 1 and option 2 made by Commissioner Dozier, seconded by Commissioner Maddox. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed by the same sign. Motion passes with Commissioner Proctor out of chambers. Item number 23, Mr. Administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This item seeks approval for the placement of our insurance coverages for 19. As included in your analysis, it represents a 1% decrease over our expiring coverages in aggregate. Just one of, while I'm here, thank our representative of our brokers, Brown & Brown, Steve Farmer's here, and again, they did a great job for us. And we have no speaker cards on this item. Happy to answer any questions you might have.
Great job, staff. Move option one.
All right.
Staff's recommendation with the commendation. Nice job. Keep it moving in the right direction.
I'll second it.
We have option one, motion made by Commissioner Deloge, seconded by Commissioner Maddox. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. 6-0, Commissioner Proctor out of chambers. Item number 24.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This item seeks board authorization for staff to negotiate engineering services or an engineering services fee with the highest ranked bidder associated with this project. Again, this is the next logical step in a project that you've seen many times and given us the authorization to move forward on. It is the sales tax alternative sewer solution study. And again, your fiscal impact is noted here, and we're seeking direction on option one. No speaker cards on this item. Happy to answer any questions you might have.
Motion. Actually, I do have a speaker. I'm sorry, Commissioner Dozier.
Mr. Chair, I was going to move option one, but I'll give it to Commissioner Deloge, and I'll second it. And just, I know this took longer than we thought, but I want to appreciate staff for working with the citizen involvement and everything on this item. This is really good, and I'm glad we're moving forward.
Move option one, made by Commissioner Deloge, seconded by Commissioner Dozier. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Item number 25, Mr. Administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This item seeks full board appointment of commissioners to authorities, boards, councils, and committees, and all of your available options are before you and reflected in options 1 and 2.
Let me take a look at what I'm promised.
If you'd like, Mr. Chairman, I can walk through the options.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Option 1, first, 1A seeks the board appointment of a commissioner, one commissioner to the Appalachia Regional Planning Council for the term ending December 31st.
She's willing to remain on it.
Commissioner Dozier.
Commissioner Lindley, I would love to stay on Appalachia Regional Planning Council, and I believe I will be up for vice chair, and I'm on the Florida Planning Council Association Board as well, so I represent you all in both capacities. Thank you.
Commissioner Lindley moved, seconded by Commissioner Maddox. Commissioner Dozier has graciously accepted. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, passes.
Oh, we scheduled time for a floor fight on that one, but it didn't happen. So that brings us to our Canopy Roads Citizens Committee appointment. Same thing, seeking one commissioner for that appointment.
Go ahead, Commissioner Dozier.
Commissioner Lindley, are you our current appointee?
I have been on it for 6 years.
Yes, ma'am. I thought you might have.
I'm comfortable, but if there are others who are interested.
Second.
All right, so nominated.
I actually had nominated.
Nominated by-
I'm not sure she made a motion for herself.
Sorry.
Well, I do recognize Commissioner Minor is up for his first round of appointments here, and I had a couple of thoughts on that. I know we're walking through step by step, but Commissioner Lindley, I think you've served us well on the Canopy Roads Committee, but you have served for a long time. So I wanted to ask if you were interested or if there was anyone else interested, but appreciate your long-time service on the committee.
I mean, I have enjoyed it, but I would, be happy to hand over my throne to someone else if that would be interesting.
Well, I don't really
Commissioner
like
Minor,
Canopy Roads that much.
They tried to tell me there was a stipend to go with these things to start with.
There is
Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled.
pizza. They serve pizza.
Right. Yes.
I'd be happy to.
Commissioner Maddox.
Well, I
Want to?
I'm sorry. You got the floor.
I heard Commissioner Minor say he was fine too.
No.
I'm fine with Commissioner Lindley.
Yes.
Okay,
That's what I
I
tried.
accept. I
Yes.
accept.
So I'll make a motion for Commissioner Lindley.
Right.
I'll second that.
All right. So we're back to moved by Commissioner Dozier, seconded by Commissioner Maddox.
There we go.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Next up is your CRTPA appointment to fill the unexpired term of Commissioner Daly.
I'll make the motion for our new District 3 Commissioner, Commissioner Minor. He came to our retreat, asked some interesting questions, and if he will accept.
Second.
I'd be proud to.
Thanks, sir.
Moved by Commissioner Maddox, seconded, I think, by Commissioner Lindley and myself. But Commissioner Lindley, for the record, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. All right. Welcome, Commissioner Minor.
Also to fill an unexpired term vacated by Commissioner Daly is an appointment to the Children's Services Council Planning Committee.
If there's no one else that would like to serve, I think I'm probably lowest on the pecking order. I'd be very happy to.
Man, go on, sir. Sir.
All right, moved by Commissioner Proctor, seconded by Commissioner Dozier. All those in favor, aye. Aye.
Next up is the appointment of a commissioner to serve the 4-year term on COCA.
I'll stay.
I'd like to make a motion for Commissioner Maddox. Appreciate you serving us well in that committee.
Right, I'll second that.
All right, moved by Commissioner Dozier, seconded by Commissioner Lindley. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All right, welcome to COCA again.
Thank you.
Very good. And the final appointment we're seeking is on LCRDA for a 4-year term ending December 31st, 2022.
Currently occupied by
Commissioner Dozier.
Commissioner Dozier.
You said 2022? Made the adjustment in the item. It has 2-year term, 2020.
2020, it says.
Yes, for a new term.
Okay.
2 years for 2020.
Commissioner Dozier.
Yes, Commissioner Maddox. Alan actually, he put this one in there just so I would catch it. They didn't really make a mistake in the agenda, so don't worry about that. It's a 4-year term. Right, Alan? Yes. Yeah, it's for a 4-year. I recognize that we want different boards at different times, and it's good for us to get exposed to different, or have different voices played in. So I have had this appointment for 8 years. I would be very sad to let it go, but I would if someone else was pining for it. I just wanted to put that out there. But I really would love to stay involved for 2 years or more. This is a transition point. So I appreciate you about to jump in there, Commissioner Deloge.
No, I feel like I've carried a light load because of my NACO time, but if you're interested, I'll sign up for anything.
We're getting to the fun part right now, so I wanted.
Yeah,
if anyone else, wants to, I wanted to put it out there because I do recognize it's good for us to at least offer it up and not just keep one appointment. But we are in a transition point, so I really would love to be on the board for at least 2 more years.
I move that Commissioner Dozier remains on this board for 2 more years. She's done an outstanding job.
Moved by Commissioner Proctor, seconded by Commissioner Minor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously.
Okay, that does, and there's just the second option is to approve the revisions to the policy.
So moved. I would move by Commissioner Lindley, seconded by Commissioner Deloge. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Me.
Opposed. Passes unanimously. Mr. Administrator, I believe we're on item number 26, believe it or not.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Your final item on the general business agenda seeks board approval to appoint 1 citizen to the Advisory Committee on Quality Growth, 2 to the Audit Advisory Committee, and 3 to the Joint City-County Bicycling Work Group. All applicable applicants or all eligible applicants are presented in options 1 through 3.
On option 1, I make a motion for Todd Sperry.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Lindley.
You can call
Seconded by Commissioner Deloge. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Next up, Mr. Chairman, is a full board appointment to consider 2 members to the Audit Advisory Committee. The eligible applicants are Cecil Bragg and Dietrich Melton.
Since those are the only 2 applicants,
Then they would
Melton.
be
Sorry about that.
be approved.
Second.
moved by Commissioner Deloge, seconded by Commissioner Maddox. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
And finally, full board consideration of appointment of 3 members to the Joint City-County Bicycling Work Group, of which the eligible applicants are Deborah McDarris, Dennis Scott, Robert Fierstein, and Roger Holdener.
I'd motion that Kathy McDarris be one of the 3. I can tell you from bike standpoint, she's very involved.
I'll just go ahead and amend your motion for Dennis Scott, if you don't mind. I mean, he's already there.
And then we need one more.
I'll second that motion and add, if you'll add.
Yeah, so we just.
Kathy McDerris,
I don't.
Dennis Scott,
And
Do you know either of those?
I do not.
I don't know the others either.
we have another nominee.
I was kind of depending on our avid biker, Commissioner Deloge.
That's the first name. And I've cycled through a lot of my friends on this already.
I don't like riding bicycles, so I don't know.
I'd nominate Robert Forstein as the third member.
Okay.
So
He's
that
got an
gives us
11.
three.
I'll second that.
Dennis, Kathy, and what was the third one?
Robert.
Robert Forstein.
Dennis Scott, Kathy McDerris, and Robert Ferenstein.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All those in favor signify by, or no, motion was made by, I believe,
Actually, all three of us.
yeah, there were three different ones, okay.
I made the motion. They
Why
just
don't you
kept amending it.
consolidate?
Okay.
I'll make it all. Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Commissioner Deloge, seconded by Commissioner Maddox. Are we taking them separately or as a group?
We take it.
Okay, as a group, yeah, all three of the applicants. Kathy McDerris, Dennis Scott, and Robert Ferenstein. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Other items for discussion, Mr. Administrator.
That concludes your agenda, and we have no citizens to be heard under this section of the agenda.
This is the portion of the meeting that is devoted to commissioner comments. We will start on the end and move this way. So puts you on the spot. Commissioner Minor, if you are prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm really brief. I had a chance to speak quite a bit during the strategic planning session yesterday, which I think went really well. I think this meeting's been also really well done, too. Looking forward to next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Proctor.
Mr. Chairman, it's a great meeting tonight. I'm really giving a standing ovation to the qualitative input preparation of our staff. Gives us a great agenda book. I really thoroughly relish reading, reviewing, and seeing the great work. A lot of names were in the column. I mean, a lot of staff, different new names were presented, and a fine job. To bid the citizens of Leon County a wonderful holiday season, a safe season, and reflections on the year which we've had of 18 has been an outstanding one which I believe God has spoken his favor and shown his deference to our community. And just on recently, I traveled about 5 miles west of Highway 90 on I-10. And if you don't believe that God showed deference and favor toward our community, just take a few steps west. And we have been totally blessed by that wind event, which did not do to us what neighboring counties have. I think that we have to be, we received a letter sometime ago, Vince, last month, 2 months ago, from our neighbor, Gaston County, and they were desirous of whatever aid and help that we could. And I know that we're still looking at how we might render care. And until you drive over there, you just can't conceptualize how many people's houses are have blue paper on the top, or houses that don't exist any longer. And though we may think that we have nothing much to share, there's a lot. And I think that with the legislative session probably going to include a look at special expedited relief for the Panhandle area counties, we should be a good neighbor. And I'm still hopeful that events and the efforts to rebuild some of the smaller counties, that you will lend your big brother's ear to having an empathetic voice to whatever we can do. We just have to. Really excited about Mayor Daley and what his presence portends for the growth, expansion, healing, new directions for our community. And I want to wish Commissioner Diane Williams-Cox, John Daley, and Commissioner Matlow, and Richardson, and Maddox very well in their efforts to create a new synergy as a team leading and speaking for the government of the City of Tallahassee. To Commissioner Rick Minor, it's a joy to sit next to a scholar, between two scholars, and I'm really going to have to prepare and bring my A game, to kind of sit between you guys, and it's just a joy to have and welcome you here. And though I take no particular place of seniority on this dais, it's just the fact that God has blessed me and the citizens have supported God in keeping me here on this dais for a few minutes, longer than many. But I love serving, and I'm looking forward to working with you. And if I can be helpful in any way, I will be. I've enjoyed you, commissioners, so much this year. I had the opportunity of being in San Diego this past week and got a chance to listen to big speeches. In fact, really tall people giving speeches, and in the person of Bill Walton is one. And it was a great time to share in the sessions which we heard in San Diego. Rachel, what you saying? My new aide, Rachel Mary Holmes, has joined the District 1 team, and ask that you all recognize and help her to become acclimated to county governance and all that we try and attempt to do here at Leon County. I'm appreciative for her willingness to serve with us. I missed the meeting yesterday, and I wanted to take my time and to give reflections to some of the things I would have brought up yesterday. And so I did not want to misstate my thoughts and reflections. So I wanted to take time, and before the week is out, to share in a note to the commission some of my feelings, but didn't want to mess it up trying to talk. So staff, you guys have done a great job for us this year. It makes us proud to be commissioners of Leon County government. And our efficiencies have been very, very good. And we know that the best is yet to come. Happy holidays to all, to our families, the people we love, and people who love us. So thank you all, commissioners. You all are a pretty good team. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Commissioner Dozier.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It is late. We have had quite a year, quite a few years. Who said it yesterday that it's our annual hurricane after? Was that you, Mr. County Administrator? Yeah. So to our amazing staff, those of you who have to sit with us no matter how long we're here, thank you. And for everyone else who participates, really appreciate all of the hard work you all have done. We've had incredible highs this year, incredible lows, and I won't, I'll just say ditto to a lot of the comments that have come before on working with all of you and how excited I am about the next year. This has been a really good year, and I think we've got a really good stride going. I have just a few things. I'll try to get them out as quick as possible. So we had so much fun with the FSU softball national championship team, and here I thought it would be a good idea to invite our soccer national championship team in for a proclamation to be coordinated with the coach and the team. This is their second national championship, so make a motion for a proclamation honoring our fabulous women at FSU soccer team. Thank you.
Commissioner Dozier, thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Thank you. Mr. County Administrator, we talked in briefing about an update from our new CDA director. I'm not sure if that was taken as staff direction, but I assumed I needed to bring it up here. For Commission, I think it's been a little while since we had an update, and I think hearing from the new director would be a good thing in the new year at the administrator's discretion of when he comes in.
Done.
Thank you. I really should have said this first, but happy birthday, Commissioner Maddox.
Thank you.
Yes. We're glad we can spend your birthday with you. Yes. And my buddy from Leadership Tallahassee class through the election and everything else. So it's a pleasure to serve with you, former chair. Yes. Third thing really quick is that we had an issue last week with flooding. You all heard me reference a couple things with Lake Lafayette at yesterday's meeting. Mr. County Administrator, you and your team, Brent, thank you, working with a particular homeowner near Lake Lafayette who had water coming into his property because of a backup on the CSX bridge at Lake Lafayette. Those culverts under the bridge have been an issue in the past, although I'm not sure I've heard about it being this extreme. And CSX has now sold the rights to the railroad. So I would like to ask our county administrator staff to reach out to the new owners, operators of the railway, and try to get a conversation started about those culverts as soon as possible, and not just maintaining what we have, but improving the system. Hopefully we can get more work done with this new owner than we have historically. Ms. County Administrator, is that a motion, or do we need anything else?
I don't think you need a motion. I got that. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
Point
you.
of information?
Yes, sir.
May I? CSX has sold the rights to the railway, you said?
It's an investment group that's taking over the railway. I believe the I-10 corridor. Is that right, Mr. County Administrator?
Certain lines, including the ones you referenced.
Yes.
Is there anything written on it? I apologize that I missed it. I was unaware.
Mr. County Administrator, if you, for Commissioner Proctor, for all of us, if we find anything, any information or update as the new operators come online, I don't believe they've taken control of the rail as of yet, but as they come online, if you could provide us any status update, would that be all right?
And that's
Mr. Administrator.
but we had put energy out to beckon for transportation services to be reignited and to come through our area. And I don't know if you all rode on that train that day. We went over to, started from New Orleans and come back. And I'm wondering if the new owners are aware, will we lose continuity to those efforts to secure a restart of a passenger service? It startles me that I didn't know these things had occurred.
Yes, and this, in particular, we could get you more information on this, but I believe it's the freight lines that are impacted by this, and not the passenger lines. But we'll verify that and get that information.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you,
Great.
Commissioner.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, one last thing. I'm trying to move through so quickly. This was something I actually had meant to reference yesterday during our retreat, but we had a lot of different issues. I would like to see if we can get an update about the status of any app development. Ms. County Administrator, you could address this now, but we have talked about Tallahassee or tourism or calendars or things like that in the past, and I'd just like to see, make a motion for an agenda item or a status report. I would prefer agenda item, actually, so we could talk about it, any kind of app development, and include in there if there's any possibility to work with DOMI on a hackathon or something like that to engage our students and others from out of town to help us develop apps should the need arise.
Do we have a second to the motion?
Yes.
All right.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dozier and seconded by...
Discussion on it, please. Discussion point short. Did you mention that you called for 2019 Leon County calendar Did I hear that? A calendar, yeah.
No, sir, I'm sorry, within the potential things that we could do on an app could eventually be tourism programs, events, their Visit Tallahassee calendar. I didn't go into any of those details. I don't think that's been teed up yet, but I think there's a lot of opportunities out there. So I just wanted to see if we could enter into a discussion about where we are. We've talked about Tallahassee and any other options that staff has been looking at.
Well, I was just hopeful that our staff was listening to the potential. Matt was listening. Matt, you're listening to the calendar of 2019 with various options, our departments and different stuff that we do over the 12 months. I thought it was a great idea. Okay.
All right. Motion made by Commissioner Dozier to bring back an agenda item regarding apps, seconded by Commissioner Maddox. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes.
I hope everyone who celebrated had a wonderful Hanukkah. We've just completed, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Maddox.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. There's a couple of things. First, this is a little behind schedule, but I had an opportunity to see a video of some of the relief efforts that the FAMU athletes did during Hurricane Michael. I wanted to recognize them with a proclamation when we get back for their hurricane relief efforts for Hurricane Michael.
All right. Say it. Seconded by Commissioner Proctor. All those in favor say aye. 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 Motion passes.
Yeah, I was doing everybody, athletes in the band, yeah. So when I say athletes, I'm talking about, it was the cheerleaders, the band, the football team, everybody. So just the whole athletic department. It was pretty special.
All right.
Oh, they are going? Oh, okay. Well, can I also do a proclamation? This is through Commissioner Proctor's suggestion, recommendation for FAMU's Marching 100 for them going to Pasadena to the Rose Bowl, to be a part of the Rose Bowl parade. That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
I know the extensive fundraising effort they went through to make that happen, and for them to be able to pull that off, that is a special thing that we're going to have them there, so I'll make that motion as well.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Proctor.
Got a second to the motion? Seconded by Commissioner Lindley. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And my last item is we do have Super Bowl champs in Leon County. The Chairs Eagles, Division III, Pop Warner team that is in your district.
Commissioner Dozier missed that.
Was in Orlando last week to win the Super Bowl champion.
You just saved me, Commissioner Maddox. Thank you so much. I would have thought about that in about 2 hours.
Oh, it's so cool.
Kick myself. They are fabulous. So thank you.
Yes,
you can take that. I'll take the soccer team.
Yes, my wife.
They're kind of like the mom and the dad.
Yeah, we watch
Motion's been made to recognize our Chairs Capitola Eagles 10-12 Pop Warner champions
That's right.
in football. It's seconded by Commissioner Dozier.
That's right.
The Commissioner of Record in Chairs Capitola.
Yes.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
That championship is especially special to me because I know a few young men that play on that team and a few of those coaches, and they worked really hard, really hard throughout the year to make that happen. So I'm really proud to make that motion, and will be as proud to give that proclamation with Commissioner Dozier to that team. Happy holidays to everyone. This has been a great year in Leon County. We've accomplished so much. I think we have the best team, the best commission in the state, bar none, as William Floyd used to say. And I look forward to coming back in 2019 and doing it all over again. Welcome, Commissioner Minor. Congratulations again to Commissioner Dozier, Commissioner Proctor. We're here for 4 more years, and look forward to, again, working with each and every one of you and having a productive year coming up. Mr. Chair, 2 meetings in, you've done a great job. I know it can be tough sometimes, but you have led us well so far, and look forward to your leadership in the new year as well. Happy holidays to everyone, the community. Thank the community for all the birthday wishes as well, and see you next year.
Thank you, Commissioner Maddox. Commissioner Lindley.
I just want to say it's been a great year as well, and good luck to you on being chair and trying to control this unruly gang. I saw Shington Lammy yawning, and so I think that's my cue to say, I know he has elf duties somewhere out there. And to wish you all happy holidays and good night.
Thank you, Commissioner Lindley. The hardest working man in the county has to yawn every once in a while. Vice Chair, Mr. Vice Chair Deloge.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Great year. Welcome, Commissioner Minor. Glad to have you here. Thank you. Congrats, Mr. Chair. You did a nice job. And it has been a great year. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever else you celebrate. It's look forward to seeing everybody next year. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience, fellow commissioners. Commissioner Minor, you're in queue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate it. I apologize for doing a little round robin, but no, we don't do that here. Sorry. Oh yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for recognizing me. I'd be remiss if I didn't commend North Florida Christian for winning the state 2A championship, and would also like to offer a motion to recognize them at the next meeting through a proclamation.
All right. We have a motion made by Commissioner Minor, NFC's 8th state championship. They're pros at it. Seconded by Commissioner Maddox. All in favor, say aye. 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 Motion passes.
Thank you all. Happy holidays.
Thank you. I think it's my point now.
Unless you want to come to us first.
How about we'll...
Commissioner Dozier, last year, I'm so sorry. But I had to mention this because we had the symphony luncheon today. And next year, we're going to have 7 Last Words. Commissioner Dozier brought that to the table for us to partner with the symphony to do that performance. I've had an opportunity to look at it, and it's going to be really special. It's going to be a really special moment. President Morehouse coming down and more. I mean, FAMU's president is going to come down. I think you met with President Thrasher the other day. I just want to make sure, again, that we can continue to push this out to the community, that so as many people that can come experience it, because it's going to be a very special moment. I've seen it myself. So I wanted to make that comment, and I will be continuing to mention it every time during my speaking time at the commission meetings, because I want as many people in our community to come out as possible. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Attorney.
Can we say something in Latin? Is that what the... Just happy holidays to all of your families from my family, which added a daughter-in-law in 2018. So that's it. Happy holidays.
Mr. Administrator.
Ditto. Happy holidays, commissioners, to you and your families. Thanks for another great year, and happy birthday, Commissioner Maddox.
I have a proclamation. I hope that I can get a second. We'd like to make 2019 a non-hurricane year. Could I get a second? Seeing as how I'll be the chair during that, I don't see a second coming. So I'll echo everyone else's wishes as far as happy holidays. 2 notes of interest. Commissioner Proctor, your suit and tie combination outdoes anything I've ever been able to pull off in Commission chambers. I wanted to compliment you on that. And Vince, congratulations. I'm assuming you're turning 40, considering you're wearing all black. So,
Nick, you shame of your birthday? You shame of your birthday number? 38.
Happy birthday to you too, Commissioner Maddox. Lots of sweet treats prepared back there. But I would like to wish a happy season to all of you. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. I am adding another Jackson girl to the family. No, I'm not going to be a parent, but my daughter is going to have a second daughter in April. We just found out, so I'm excited about that. It'd be a nice New Year gift. Yeah, I don't know if that's the name we're going to use or not, but thanks again, and I appreciate your patience. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, seconded.